Hi, just Jean talking. So, I am Jean. I'm a registered nurse, maternal child health and family planning nurse practitioner, and I discuss all things health and hygiene, just giving you information. So, today I want to talk about something that deals with the health maintenance of our children. It just seems to me that a lot of parents are just being way too loose with the kids when it comes to teaching them about health and hygiene and making sure their body is clean. A lot of times when children are young and in school, they're cruel. They are just cruel little creatures. And they like to be on the good side of things. So when they find somebody that they can kind of pick on, that pushes them up. That makes them feel better. So they tend to try to find somebody who is a little bit weaker, a little bit off kilter, and then they go for them. And then that starts a process that sometimes it can last for years. So parents need to be a little bit more on top of kids. A lot of the stuff that the kids bully them about, it has to do with their hygiene. I'm telling you, hygiene is the key to relationships. Parents, you can't just allow them to go in the bathroom and be on their own. I mean, at some point, they can be on their own. But when they're starting out, they have to be taught these things. They got to be taught that when they brush their teeth, they've got to spend time. They've got to go to every area, and they've got to get every tooth, every one. Open up, go way in the back. You have to watch them. They don't know how to do this unless someone teaches them. When they're taking their bath, if you just tell them, go in there and take your bath, they may go in there, they may run a little bit of water, who knows? Did they ever even get into the tub? Parents, you got to go in there, and once they finish doing their major bathing, you got to go in there and take that washcloth and make sure you finish up. Make sure that everything is done that needs to be done. Then parents are allowing kids to just pick whatever they want to wear, and all this is good, but sometimes they're putting back on dirty clothes, they're putting back on dirty underwear. You've got to make sure you are the one that's responsible for making sure that they have clean panties, underwear, undershirts on, if it's time for undershirts. You got to make sure their clothes are clean and they're not smelly, because you're leading them into the lion's den when you allow them to go out and they're not on top of things. And keep the washing machine available to them. Teach them how to use it. If you're not going to do it, teach them how, so that they have clean clothes to wear. There are just too many kids who are loose out here. They're being turned loose out into the streets just because they took their own initiative to do what they thought was best to do, and sometimes they don't really know. So you got parents out here, y'all got your fancy shoes and fancy stuff and your nails and your eyes and your wigs and all that, but you got to pay more attention to these children. What we are trying to do is build people who have healthy self-esteem, who have autonomy, who knows how their bodies function. They're not so prone to listen to what other people say. They are armed with information that allows them, when somebody comes up to them and starts trying to give them some smack, they know how to go back at them and say, oh man, that's not true. That's not true. And when people run up on people that are self-confident and that they know what they're talking about, you leave that person alone. You back right off of that person. Some of us are not the kind of people that you can run up on and say anything to, because we're coming right back at you. So I'm just asking parents to be a little bit more involved in the kids' day-to-day, at least while they're young. You got to teach them what to do so that as they grow older, they'll maintain these habits. Bullying is no fun. It happens even with older people. So I just contend that hygiene is one of the main reasons that people start bullying you. It's something about you that's not right. It's your hair not right, you don't smell right, your breath stink. You know what I'm saying? Your clothes are dirty, your shoes are not right, your shoes dirty. You don't have to buy Jordans or nothing like that. But throw the kids' shoes in the washing machine. Make sure that they're up to par. The shoestrings look good. It's simple, but it can cause the difference between a healthy person who's going through life unbothered, unmessed with, or a person who early on somebody decides to pick on them, and this continues. It's a vicious cycle throughout the years. I appreciate you listening. Subscribe, like, share, comments. Thank you.